Hello everyone, my name is Mitz, and here we are back at Higurashi When They Cry. So, I was actually expecting for Rina to actually be shown off as being a terrible person way down the line. Not like a chapter 2 later after she's been introduced, but now that we know that she's technically the same quote-unquote mistress for Tepe, Hojo, and she's gold digging Reina's own dad, it puts a lot of more things in perspectives, honestly. If I'm oh god, that makes the whole entire encounter that Reina had with like Sadako when she was trying to calm her down and all that, like she was getting angry along with her, honestly, and upset. Oh my good god, that makes so much more sense, honestly. Her just knocking the locker over in like a fit of rage and just, like just hugging her. Oh my good gosh, that makes everything kind of worse, honestly. Okay, then. And she technically is trying to think of a plan of whether to try to find a way to talk to Kasai again. She's not going to try to talk to or call Mion or Shion because she doesn't want any of her friends to get involved with her own personal business. But she also seemed implying that she will confront Rina in her own way, but not in a way to make sure her father is her enemy then. I can only think that she'd be gathering like intel to blackmail her, which is the only thing I could think of on top of my head. Which is technically, if you're in this kind of situation, literally collect everything you can and use it against them. Use it against them, okay? Anything you can. Anything you can get your goddamn hands on, use it, collect it, photograph it, then take it, and just rub it into her face. She's actually gonna talk completely about it. Okay, then. You're gonna like ask him about him. Okay, I thought you, like from the way you described it, how she described him, actually, she did not want any one of her friends to actually like know about, like trying to ask about him at any point. But I'm just not. Yeah, it can make sense. It's like asking for advice from him, but I'm not from friends. Okay, that makes more sense, honestly. Oh, you're talking about Kasai-san. He's Shion's watchdog. Okay, that's the way to put it. Her watchdog? Really? Well, yeah, he is. Shion tends to do crazy things, so she needs to have someone watch her all the time. I think you're crazy as Shion. Keiichi couldn't cut into the conversation. They end up making a noise, teasing each other, they always do. Mian made it sound like that man, Kasai-san, is some sort of territory boss in Okinomiya. It won't be easy for me to meet him in person. Because he's Shi-chan's watchdog, I might be able to find a way. Just to start tailing Shion, apparently, then. Until it looks almost creepy, apparently. The problem, though, is that I don't have any connection to Shi-chan either. We hang out every once in a while whenever she comes to Hinamizawa, but I never called or visited her. I had no idea how we can meet. Even if I could meet Kasai-san, there's no guarantee that he'd help me. He seems like the kind of person who doesn't like to gossip about others. He told me about Rina-san the coffee house only because Shi-chan pushed him to. Yeah, basically, unless you're like, even if you ask him completely out, he's not gonna share, I guess, opinions like too easily. That's the look of it. That's basically how he always is so far. We've seen of him anyway. As little we have, honestly, of that. More screen time, give more screen time, goddammit. Plus, the situation could grow worse very quickly while I waited for the chance to meet him, so any help he might offer could come too late. Kasai-san told me that as her next step, Rina-san usually uses her partner to threaten their catch. That signified the end of her performance. They were going to take all my father's money. I wasn't feeling a sense of crisis yet, but that time might be coming very soon. Even when I was at school, taking a class peaceably, my mind was racking of everything I could possibly do. That man might already be at the house right this moment, through my father to hand over his bank books. Once I became anxious, I get more and more anxious. I could feel this big pressure in my chest if the ceiling had collapsed on me. Man, I'm so bored. My life is too peaceful. Wow, Keiichi, you come in with the most insane timing to make everything sound worse, huh? Keiichi talks to me, yawning. Is that so bad? I like to have a peaceful life that bored me. I don't. I wish some kind of big event would happen, like aliens coming to attack us or something. I'm not saying like I'd like to have something like that every week, but at least at the end of them every month or so. Okay, then have fun trying to save the world where any wrong mistake you do, otherwise, all on your shoulders, and you have to do this with every single goddamn day of your life. Have fun with that, have fun with that, have fun with that. Oh, and that doesn't include our monthly test. If aliens really did come, destroy the Earth, and burn all Hinamizawa, would you be satisfied? Would you? No, that's not what I mean. I'm just saying that I want for some kind of excitement because I'm so bored. He had no idea what I've been going through, of course. That's why he says that. I was too irritated by his insensitivity. I couldn't understand why he wouldn't be satisfied with such a peaceful life. He never has to doubt that today and tomorrow will be as fun as yesterday. I was all too aware that boring and peaceful days could be destroyed all of a sudden. I knew that boring and peaceful days could come to an end all of a sudden because your mom wanted to divorce your dad. I knew that you would feel like you didn't belong anywhere in your own house because your dad had gotten a new girlfriend. Even so, you had to repeat the same kind of day over and over again, like a loop. That's why I want to live every day happily in order to be prepared when the world comes to its end. Okay. Yeah, the more thing about, like, technically all the main characters, like, besides Keiichi, like, is technically they have a unique living situation besides him, and, like, he has his own personality, but, like, Keiichi's probably the most normal, technically, of everyone, honestly. So, I'm actually thinking about it, like, wasn't, like, he technically also just grows up just normally as, he didn't have any friends, like, when just cram schooling, but he was also only just doing that and had nothing else exciting happening, so I guess that adds to this, I guess, what is the word for it? I guess I'm up fantasy, I guess, for it. I guess it makes sense. That's why I want to live every day happily in order to be prepared when the world comes to an end. I'm jealous of you, you know? You look so happy all the time. I wish I had that kind of skill. You're jealous of me, huh? How do you do it? How do you live every day not being bored, but being happy? If it really is a skill, I'd love to learn how. That's easy. All you need to do is realize. Realize what? Realize my fist in your face! There's no way he could realize it. It was probably better that he didn't, because that meant he was truly happy. You just need to realize that your happy days will one day come to an end. Well, that's a bummer in the mood. I guess it also goes in why Rina actually wants to teach, or at least, like, try to, like, make Keiichi realize that even if, like, she didn't realize, like, Shion was, like, being mixed up with Mion and all that, why, like, she just kind of just took the, like, metaphor, whether it was real or not, into stride, and just, like, try to, Keiichi actually try to think he upset Mion, but because of the whole Mion-Shion situation, they kind of muddied her own point very much more, honestly. And probably by the end of the whole confusion, I'm pretty sure the whole entire lesson basically got thrown out of Keiichi's mind. Wasn't actually like the end of like that whole thing. Both Mion and Keiichi both agreed to completely agree that the past several days like never happened, honestly. So that included also the doll as well. So yeah. The three of us walked home from school like we always did. Mi-chan said goodbye to us at the corner of the street where she took her separate way home. She walked away waving, but I chased after her. Mi-chan! What? Mi-chan apparently thought she dropped something, and she looked around to see what she dropped. I almost forgot to tell you. I saw Shi-chan Kasai yesterday at the coffee house, and I picked up something that Kasai-san dropped when he was there. Of course he hadn't dropped anything, I was lying. But lying is bad, don't you know, Reina? Don't you know lying is bad? It's the holy sin of this entire land! If I could meet him, I'd just show him whatever, tell him I thought it was his, and apologize for my mistake. Oh, well, thank you then. I'll send over to him in that case. I'd like to get back to him in person. Mi-chan looked surprised. Why would a normal friend of mine want to be involved with a gang boss? I couldn't blame her. I met him only once. It's weird to want to give something back in person to someone you barely know. Well, that's alright, but why? He had this cute beard and those cute sunglasses. Okay, that's the greatest lie you can ever come up with. I'm actually not being sarcastic there, actually. That's almost perfect. I'm just so crazy about cute things. Okay, you're putting it on too heavily in the last line. Just cut that out and just I'm gonna keep going with the cute comments, and that's it. Could I fudge my true intentions with my cute mode? I tried anyway. Mi-chan usually takes words their face value, but indeed she seemed to buy it. She can't detect sarcasm, then basically anything I say to her, if anything happens, then she'll take it completely in stride. Man, this is a great awesome superpower then. Please don't pull out his beer and take it home with you. I'll get a razor. So, do you think I can meet him? Well, I have no idea if he's busy or not. I'll ask him when he's coming to Hinamizawa next. I need to know when as soon as possible. Of course, I was going to say I was going to meet him today, but at least tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. What are you guys doing? None of your business, Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky. Get on your way. Come on. Shoo. Come on. Go on. Hmm? He said like Reina found a new love. No. Really? How interesting. I want to hear about it too. I didn't want her to leave it up in the air, so I told her I think I should give it back to him as soon as possible. I'm sure he's looking for it too. Michan said, okay, twice and walked away waving. I hadn't yet thought about how I was going to ask for help when I would meet him. He seems to be in a higher position than Rina-san, her partner. If he agreed to help me, it would be very encouraging. And if it technically does work, you now have a network. Like, you now have a network connection, honestly. But there was a possibility that he'd tell me he didn't want to interfere in other people's private matters. He could just say the whole thing was another love triangle between a father, his daughter, and his lover. Because you just gotta think of what to do besides then. I guess this is a good plan A, but if that doesn't work, a plan B would need to be sufficing. No, that makes perfect sense. Threaten Rina with a gun. Just somehow drive her off the land or like some way because, Well, I mean, if like a normal method's like anything they can think of is not gonna work, go for extremes then. If nothing else is available. If nothing's available, go for extremes. Bye, Reina. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow. I said goodbye to Keiichi-kun and walked home alone. But Keiichi-kun was gone. Everything went quiet. My head became clear. I knew that moment was quiet time to think about what I should do from then on. I should depend on Kasai-san to solve my problem. He most likely declined my request, so I had to think about some alternatives. It's probably better that I just do that. A love triangle between a father, his daughter, and his lover. Those words bothered me, because I've seen an unhappy triangle like that before. That sort of thing happened to Satoshi-kun. Satoshi-kun experienced it last year. He'd fought for his sister in a triangle with his aunt. The same situation as mine, and tried to fight to protect my father. Satoshi-kun fought alone. Nobody helped him. All I did for him was give him my sympathy and compassion. I didn't think I could do anything more than that. I felt sorry for him, but I didn't really help him out. Irresponsibly, I tried to cheer him up, and I probably told him something that I thought would make him feel better, but that hurt him instead. I recently realized how much I hurt him by my own sensitivity, because Keiichi just hurt me the same way. I'm going down the same path Satoshi-kun went last year. Pretty much everyone is slowly. It's the parallel, basically for everyone's sake, apparently. Yay. Yay. I feel like I'm experiencing deja vu. Unusual repetition. Would that mean I'd be the one that gets deemed away this year? HBK, I wasn't thinking about running away from Hinamizawa. But are you planning to, go against, Oyashiro-sama in some way? Was I? I wasn't thinking about running away from Hinamizawa, but I thought about running away from my home many times, and apparently that's all it is, just to get you on the list, which is bum-fucking insane. That's why I made that place I could escape to in a garbage dump. That dump happened to be in Hinamizawa, but what if it wasn't? Running there would be the same thing as running away from Hinamizawa. No, I shouldn't think like that. Oyashiro-sama will get mad at me. Oyashiro-sama is really scary. Whoa. I saw flickering lights in my head. Oh no. Every time I try to remember that time, my mind would stop working properly. Okay. I remember the vivid colors of my psychoactive drugs. The flickering lights and clouds started spreading in my head. They're so bright and annoying. Don't try too hard to remember. Don't try too hard to remember. No. Against the flickering lights in my head. I couldn't have that feeling. I had to fill my heart with another feeling. Quickly. Yeah, there was no time for these crazy flickering lights in my head. I had to think about what I should do when Kasai-san declined my request for help. Hmm. I'm wondering if every time she, like that kind of thing happens, that's when technically her eyes glaze over, like, looks like that. Doesn't explain actually how Mion has the same look, I guess. Like, in the first installment, but it's kind of explained in the second installment. But, like, I guess it can make sense for this. Hmm. Even when things are normal, like in the third installment. Of him, yeah, bringing up Satoshi and all that, and like her going to a small little roundabout way to explain about Oyashiro-sama and the curse to Keiichi when Mion's right there. Yeah, I had to think about what I should do when Kasai-san declined my request for help. I had to protect my father from Rina-san and that bad man. Is it bad my next first thought was actually just a Home Alone trap for the entire house? Just getting your dad out of there before it happens. Wait, why was I still calling her that? Rina is Rina. Rina. She's a bad person who deceived my father and tried to bring us unhappiness. Bad people bring bad things in the world without even doing anything. They're different from the other 90% of people who aren't bad. Wait, Han. Bad people bring bad things in the world without even doing anything. Oh, okay. Well, I remember I had seen it before, but now it's brought up again, that seems like a unique way of putting it, just someone's presence then. I remember that, but I don't think I remember actually dwelling on that too much, did I? That's basically just like being their presence actually just makes things worse. Well, that's just because you know what they did in their past, or just like what they did in their off time? And from the sound of it, almost seems like they could be the nicest person on earth to you, but around everyone else, well, technically, like outside your own circle and your own family, they're the worst person imaginable to you and your family and close friends. To basically everything your whole world encompasses, they're completely nice to everyone in your own circle. But outside of that, that's what like does that count as like I guess a bad person brings bad things, honestly, or just well, obviously a just an outsider putting in trying to ruin your life with their own actions, but I can kind of see that being acquainted them up, that vague definition being brought to there, and probably even to worse, if you dwell on even more. They're different from the other 90% of people who aren't bad. If you let them loose, they'll even ruin the people around them. We have one bad tangerine box, it spreads fungus to the other tangerines around it. That's what bad people are like. Okay, you're going for the whole thing of or mostly just people who are bad and pretending to be good, honestly. Not, I guess, people who are, yeah, like trying to spread their, I guess, their own bad actions. That's the way you put it. Like, that was what I was thinking, but, I couldn't remember how Satoshi couldn't resolve this triangle last year, but I could still see the flickering lights in my head. They're still flickering. 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 That's a unique way to look at that. Just as the swirl of flickering lights were making me dizzy, I saw my house. What kind of drugs do that? I also saw Rina-san's scooter parked by the side of the gate. When I saw the bike, the flickering lights disappeared. I couldn't control myself. Rina-san spent the night last night. She told me she had to work today in the evening, so she should be leaving soon. I didn't want to be around her even for the little while till she left. I said, "I'm home!" real loud, rushed into the house, pretending that my friends were waiting outside, and rushed out of the house. But Rina-san stopped me. Oh, hey, hey, Rina-chan, you're home. Oh, gosh. Hello. It's the first time I thought Rina-san's smile was ugly. At least there's a reason. I realized the scheme she was hiding behind the smile. Your father went to Kagura for lunch today. There's a restaurant there that makes delicious Indian curry. My father poked his head out of the living room, and he says, "I want to go there again next time we go. I really like that curry." What if he meant with me next time, or with me and her? Wait, I hate it when Rina-san says, "your father." We bought you some curry home from the restaurant. Try it later. It's very good. Have you heard of the restaurant, Rina-chan? I didn't know the restaurant she was talking about. I saw it in a magazine. It's a new restaurant that just opened recently. I also remember that it was an expensive restaurant. The amount of money they spent on the take-home curry alone must have been enough to cover the cost of all our dinners for several nights. Since I was aware of what was in the bank books, it was hard for me to stay calm. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Rina-san. Reina-chan, your father and I would like to talk about something with you. Ah, okay. I'm gonna just from the way how she talks and like is sounding it, she just did not see Reina at the coffee shop actually. Oh, I'm sorry, but my friends are waiting for me, so I have to go. Hmm? We're gonna go treasure hunting in the garbage dump again, Hoshi. You really like treasure hunting, huh? I had to go there sometime. Well, I gotta go. Bye. You're not allowed to taint my goddamn sanctum. Not you. It'd be even more trash-worthy there without you there. Every time Rina-san moved her arms or head, the scent of her perfume struck my nostrils. I hate the smell of her perfume, so I couldn't stay there a second longer. I rushed out of the house and started running to get away from her perfume. Okay, well, this thought entered my head of what they're talking about. Oh gosh, well, they brought it up, but I wonder if, like, that, like, her dad would, like, go back in that word of him, hey, we're actually getting married. Are you happy for us? Aren't you happy for us? The rubber band inside of me, the one called Reina, was stretched all the way to its limit. I'm pretty sure I'd explode and go crazy if the rubber band broke. I didn't want to feel like that inside my own house. That's supposed to be the place where I could open my heart freely. I ran away. I went away from there. I ran farther and farther away from there because it was no longer a place I belonged. It's not that I had a destination in mind, I was just running away. I was running to escape to a place where I did belong. Didn't I decide to fight against that woman? Didn't I decide to fight against her either by myself or with my father? But then, once I saw her fake smile, I chilled on my back. It was like I picked up a stone, found a carpet of bugs underneath it, and put it back in the ground in a hurry. That's actually kind of a cool analogy. I rushed to the house as fast as I could. Did I want to fight, or did I want to run away? Was I just choosing to spend a peaceful day at my hideout, believing that tomorrow would be the same as today? I couldn't do that. I didn't know when they'd spring their trap. I couldn't afford to waste any time. I knew that, deep down. I knew that, but I just wanted to run away. I couldn't stop myself from running away. And so I did run away. At times like these, the mattress in my hideout would feel so soft. That I knew. Oh. The cries of the Higurashi were soothing to the ears. They sounded soft as my mattress. They were like music. They didn't force any feelings upon me. They cried as if to tell me just be who I am. It was always so quiet here that I immediately noticed the purr of an engine coming closer. People used to come here and make a lot of noise during the dam conflict, but now nobody really comes here. It's a place long forgotten. So it was rare to see somebody come through here at all. I sat on the roof of an abandoned car and waited for the intruder to go away without looking their way. But the purr of the engine stopped. I'm not stupid. It stopped. I knew exactly who it had to be. I heard the person calling me, but I ignored it once. The person came closer, making it harder for me to ignore her. And she called my name again. I turned around this time. Hi. God damn it, the trash heap is now even worse now. It's more trashy. Rina-san. Rina-chan, are you hard of hearing? I'm sorry. I guess I couldn't hear because of the wind. She seemed to buy my poor excuse. She smiled and said, yeah, it happens sometimes. Are you here alone? Where's your friend? I'm playing here alone now. Well, it's rare for a girl your age to play alone. Rina's-san stretched and looked across the huge garbage dump. I can't believe the people who throw so much scrap out here. Did you know? There used to be a place near Hirosaki where people threw tons of abandoned cars without wheels. I wasn't interested in Rina-san's old story, but I pretended to listen and nodded. Yeah, listen to this even more, and I'm hear about the dead bodies that are put into the trunks of the cars and apparently thrown overboard into the just being put in the goddamn car compactors, apparently. Yeah, mobs. She doesn't take this road to go back to Okinomiya. Guess she knew I'd be here and came by to see me. What did she want? It was obvious that she was trying to make conversation. She probably took it personally when I avoided her earlier, which must be why she was here to butter me up. It'll be better for her not to have any conflicts with the daughter of the man she's seeing, no matter what the intention of seeing him is. In that sense, it was a reasonable action for her to take. No, I don't think this is technically what you're thinking it is. I know you're like there's a whole thing of like adages of overthinking. No, you're underthinking this. You're underthinking this, Reina. You're underthinking this. When I listened to her old story, all I could think about was when she was gonna leave. Did I have to fight against her? Did I decide to fight against her? Did I find out her plot at the coffee house in Okinomiya? Did I find out that this woman is squeezing money in my father when I looked inside his cash box? I know who you are. Please, leave my father alone. How easy it would be if those 2 sentences could solve the problem. She'd probably deny it. If I told her about what I heard at the coffee house, I have no evidence of her plot. If she said she did it because the vulgar man was threatening her, there would be nothing I could do. But I know this woman is a bad person. I know something horrible will happen in the near future if I waste time like this. A strange, tense feeling started coming over me, but I didn't know how to let it out. As feeling started running high, I became unable to stand the smell of her perfume. I wanted to put a certain distance between me and her, so I climbed down the slope of the scrap heap. I kept going down and down the slopes of the garbage dump. I turned around and started coming down as well, muttering. Was she following me? In order to run away from her, I started running down the slope all the way to the bottom, went behind some trash piles, and right to the front of my hideout. I'm just playing that complete hide from her, okay? My escape was meaningless. When was she gonna catch up with me eventually? All I did was let her know the way to my hideout nobody's supposed to know about. I wanted to make sure she never saw my precious hideout. I was at the lead, but then she appeared. Wow, this is cool. It's like a secret base. This is my secret hideout. Oh, it's obvious to tell even from the goddamn windows. God damn it. Nobody comes here, and nobody can hear us. I felt strange to hear myself say that. So this is your secret hideout, huh? I'm honored to be invited here. She must have thought I told her my secret because she was worth sharing it with. She looked happy. She turned the station wagon, looked inside of it through the window, and went all ooh and ah excitedly. This is a secret place and nobody else knows. I felt like my consciousness was separating from my body like I was floating. It didn't feel good when I drank a mazake. It was more like being carsick. I thought I was gonna throw up. My brain was probably secreting some chemical in order to avoid facing the reality that I had to stay with this woman. I couldn't run away from her. But even my brain tried to avoid recognizing it. The reality in front of me wouldn't change. Reina-chan? Yes? What's wrong? Are you feeling okay? Yes, I'm fine. I inhaled fresh air and pulled my consciousness back to reality. I'm just hit me right now, honestly. I wonder if the reason why she was found dead in the 3rd chapter is because Reina actually did go to Kasai and that whole thing actually went under. Everything went to crap then. Because of that connection then. And then Tepe Hojo came back and that's, oh boy, this is literally just this is all leading to how the 3rd chapter, like, technically went overboard. Okay, then. But, it's not going to show the whole thing, it's just going to show only her perspective, then. But then, oh boy, actually, if this actually goes the 3rd chapter's parallel, then, what led to the whole thing of, like, the whole, weird thing of, Keiichi, weren't you there at the festival? Weren't you there? You were there, you gave me this good old teddy bear, which I never actually showed you, but you gave it to me. I inhaled fresh air and pulled my consciousness back to reality. I didn't feel like throwing up anymore. I still felt off balance. I leaned to a scrap of garbage to keep my balance. I like you, Reina-chan. Be like me? What are you talking about, son? I said that because I didn't want to say that I like her. I've been seeing your father for quite a long time now. And we've been talking about many things, you know? I need to stop feeling like this. Get up, Reina. That's the whole reason why she's here. She's talking about we're gonna get married. We're gonna get married. Aren't you happy? I need to stop feeling like this. Get up, Reina. I heard something like this before. A part of me was trying to understand what this woman was trying to say, but another part of me was trying not to. I felt as if her words were bouncing around my head, and I started having a headache. We had a serious talk about our future the other day. You know, about our life together and so on. What? You like Uncle Akihito, don't you, Reina? So, your father and I are... What's going on? Mother? What are you thinking about, Reina Ryugu? This is an important moment. You're about to have a one-on-one battle with Rina-san. No, Mom. What about my dad? What about me? I don't want you to divorce him. I don't want you to get remarried to anybody else. No, please don't divorce him. I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm not gonna let you get remarried. I'm not gonna let you get married to my father. What? I don't care if you go out with him, but I'm not gonna let you get married to my father. Whoa. She must have not thought that I'd say it straight out like that. She looked stunned. After a while, she spoke the sounds of their laughter. Ah. Ha 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 ha. I thought you might reject me, but I didn't think you'd say it straight out like that. You thought I might reject you. I'm surprised you even noticed that I was doing it. Of course I did. You always ran away whenever you saw me. You thought I didn't know? That's why I hate kids. Okay, okay. I didn't think it would go this quickly. Okay then. And the sound of it, apparently, you don't know, you didn't see her in the coffee shop. So oh boy, this is interesting. This is goddamn interesting. Oh boy. That's why I hate kids. She frowned, revealing her ugly self. It should have been the first time I saw her face like that, but I wasn't surprised at all. Her face had looked like that to me from the beginning. I wanted to get along with you if I could. He's on the surface, but I guess it's hard to do that now since you hate me so much, huh? What do you hate about me, then? I'd like to know for future reference. Everything. I hate everything about you. I hate your smell, too. Oh yeah, your suit and your perfume suck, apparently. One vicious word came out of my mouth after another. It didn't have wings, but it felt as if I was flying up to the sky. I felt weird and uncomfortable, but also exhilarated. Actually, this music fits out really well, like almost angelic, but also at the same time very anxiety-driven. It's nice. I felt as if I was letting another me use my body. I was in the middle of a disastrous battlefield, but I felt like it wasn't my business. Not just fine with me, because I hate you too. So I guess we're even. Okay, then we're on even playing ground. Okay, then you put your pawn forward, I'll put my queen further. You little fucking brat, you better shut your fucking mouth or I'll make you. Never come to my house again. I'll never let you get married to my father. I don't need your permission, you know. Well, why don't you try and stop your father from remarrying? Let's see what happens then. I think you're wasting your time, though. She didn't look intimidated by me at all. That made me feel a little intimidated in return. Why was she so confident of her absolute control of my father? Should have more confidence to be able to act as fearless as this. It's mostly just a thing of literal experience, from the sound of it. That's why she's so confident about it, honestly. So, yeah. She must have had something tangible. Before I asked her what it was, she told me herself. I'm pregnant. Okay, the music just cut in right there, like, perfectly. Okay, oh my god. No, you're lying! I'm not lying. I want to see the test. I want to see the test. I want to see the sonograms. I want to see the ultrasound. It's true. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a big, fat lie. She has to divorce because she got pregnant. She has to get married because she's got pregnant. That's a lie. That's a big lie. I'm a Christian, so I can't get an abortion. Who doesn't accept it? Plus, we had sex with marriage in mind. I mean, pregnant. If he changes his mind and takes no responsibility, it's gonna be a big mess, you know? That was your plan, wasn't it? Okay, you're just gonna reveal everything outright. Oh boy. I overheard it. I heard the conversation you had with that man, Tetchin, at the coffee house. I know you started seeing my father for his money. I know you call him your husband, Hinamizawa. I know he's just a big catch for you. I know everything because I heard it from Kasai-san. I know you do Badger games too. Oh, you knew then. Well, well, well. Yeah, she's not even surprised with that. I kind of figured. Before I knew it, Rina was standing right in front of me. We glared at each other with our faces almost touching. So? Rina-chan, you know everything. And what are you thinking you're gonna do then? Don't come near my father ever again. And what if I refuse? You want to talk to me at your secret hideout, right? I kind of knew what you want to talk to me about. You brought me to your secret hideout, where nobody knows and nobody can hear us, right? It's not like it's not like Reina said that loud, like, and no one can hear us, right? 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 Go away! Yeah, you're right. Nobody knows about this place, and nobody can hear us here. Nobody comes here because it's a place forgotten. Our faces were so close to each other that our noses could almost touch. I knew what I was talking about, but I didn't know what would happen next. I couldn't back down now that I'd come to this point, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I should do. Come on, let's not do this. Let's be friends again, right? Handshakes, contract signings all around. She started laughing and slapped me in the back. My expression didn't change. I kept staring at Rena, staring daggers. But I didn't notice her real intention of putting both her arms around my neck. The tension broke, already stretched thin, and Rena squeezed my neck hard. I was openly hostile, but I didn't realize Rena's evil intent until he started choking me. I didn't think she'd go this far, but holy fuck! Oh my good god! You little brat! I'm so close to getting millions of yen from your father. If you at least pretended to get along with me, I would have given you a good allowance. I don't believe that for a second. But you just can't keep your fucking mouth shut, can you? You got some fucking nerve. I felt like you should die then, huh? I tried to keep her hands off my neck, but I didn't have the strength to do so. Okay, do you have any anything to protect yourself in the hideout, or here's the next best thing. Lily's struggle and like bite Lily any skin like left over. I mean, she has like basically just only a top on with no sleeves or even shoulders on. You can bite her skin off completely, right? But apparently that's gonna use against your father and all that. Oh boy. Oh boy, but at this point, do anything at all. Literally anything. I didn't want to kill you, but I'll probably never get as big as catch your father again, huh? So I don't mind killing you for millions of yen. I was gonna disappear after I got that money anyway. This is what you get for talking back to me. The world around me got darker and darker. I had never known an evil intention like this, and the intention to kill me. It didn't scare me though. Because being scared is a feeling that people use to express how they feel when they see wildfire on the other side of a river. People in the island with the wildfire, with their deaths right in front of them, they don't get scared. If I loosened my grip on her hands even a bit, she crushed my throat. This is a simple competition to see who was stronger. Rena wanted to get into the most advantageous position, so she tried to push me down to the ground so that she could mount me. If I do that, I wouldn't stand a chance. I tried to keep my current position, but I was losing a lot of energy by being choked. It was only a matter of time before Rena could push me down. Oh god, and if she does oh god, that's gonna leave a goddamn fucking marker on your neck. Also, I balance on purpose. I try to fall backwards in order to put her off balance. I cut my breath long enough to keep up that strength competition. So I had no choice but to take that chance. Like, just do any stumble, like, take any fucking chance, honestly. Like, literally just, literally punch, bite, kick, grab, scratch, anything, honestly. We fell on the ground standing together. As Rena was strongly determined to kill me, she didn't even take her hands away from my neck after she fell. However, my action made Rena loosen her grip on my throat. It wasn't loose enough for me to break free from her grip, but it gave me a few moments to use my hands for something other than stopping her from crushing my throat. If I'd taken the chance, I would have been done for. So I tried to literally seize my chance. I moved both my hands on the ground to seize that chance. I felt a piece of broken glass in my right hand. That was truly my chance to literally save myself from the brink of death. I cut Rena's wrist deep within the piece with a piece of glass. Ah! Rena tried to endure the pain for a few seconds, but pain that's severe from someone so cornered soon broke her will. She let go of my throat to cling to her bloody wrist. Okay, either continue attacking or just run for the hills. Pick up another piece of glass, or she comes out to you again. Shove her into some very sharp metal, make her get tetanus shots. I used that moment to roll away from her. It fucking hurts! She screamed, both in pain and also trying to intimidate me again. It didn't work anymore, though. Intimidation only works on the opponent when the opponent is hesitant to fight. When you're already in fight, screaming like that means nothing more than letting the opponent know how badly you're hurt. I no longer had any hesitation. I learned from Rena. She taught me what I had to do in a situation like this. Aim for the throat, then! That's right. This is my secret hideout. I know every single piece of junk in here. Maybe I knew that a day like this was coming. Was it just a coincidence that it was there? I had pulled out a meter-long lead pipe. Not all surprised to see it there. Oh, okay. Okay, so I was right then. Okay, then that's how her body is found. Okay. I raised it up high and brought it back down. There's no way Rena could block this hard and heavy lead pipe with just her arms. She'd probably try to block it with the palms of her hands in order to take it from me. Her long nails wouldn't let that happen. Oh yeah, okay. I was actually thinking, if Reina technically had long nails, which I know, like that would be in her character and stuff like that, it would probably make things better to like it'll actually make things easier to scratch onto. Then, unable to catch it the way she wanted, she broke her fingers and some of her nails came up too. Ah! Her scream made me realize I had the advantage I would have to keep. If I didn't, she'd turn the table just like I did, and then she'd choke me to death for sure. Ah! Stop! Stop it! Wait! I'm not just thinking that, technically speaking, both of them were killed by literally the people who are like the most paralleled with the Satoshi in this situation, honestly. That's honestly kind of intriguing. So, if there was no other choice or no other measure to take, the extreme way it is. Extreme way it is. Rena shielded her head with her arms, but didn't help. The wood change is that I break her arms before I broke her face. I'm serious, stop it right now! No, I'm serious too. Yeah, I'm serious about killing you, apparently, if you were serious before. Die! 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 You should die! Yeah, that's right. I should have done this a long time ago, huh? I didn't need proof, I didn't have to talk to anybody. That's stupid now. That's nonsense. I should have done this a long time ago. If I'd done it a long time ago, my father wouldn't have been deceived. I could have protected him. I could have protected my family. I could have protected my life. I could have been myself. My mother wouldn't have divorced my father. I could have stayed happy. I wouldn't have had to be unhappy. I'm gonna recapture my happiness. This moment, I'm gonna win back my happiness. I'm not gonna cry for misfortune. I'm not gonna give in to a fate of unhappiness. I'm going to be happy. I'm gonna seize my happiness now. Right now. With my own 2 hands. She didn't try to run away from me. But she no longer had the use of her hands. Made it difficult for her to stand up to escape, especially since there were scraps of junk everywhere on the ground. I mean, after all, this is my hideout. This is my territory. Nobody can run away from me here. She tried to climb up the slope of garbage, slipped, fell, and rolled away back down. She didn't stand up or move. Her eyes were open. Her neck was bent at an unnatural angle. I didn't know how to make sure she was dead, so I kept looking at her opened eyes for a while. She could be faking it for all I know. But she didn't close her eyes no matter how long I waited. I scooped a handful of sand and threw it in her face. She still didn't close her eyes. Well, okay, she's dead for sure then. Okay then, well, I can't tell if it's mercy or not that she died from a broken neck instead of Reina like throwing the iron pipe down her head, honestly. I don't know which is worse. Like which is better, which is worse. The lead pipe stopped my hand and hit the ground. When I tried to pick it up, I realized how heavy it was then, and I was surprised I was wielding it as though it was a knife. That was adrenaline kicking in, apparently. So much hatred all spilling all throughout. Okay. I was sweating all over. The cold wind felt good on my skin. The cries of the Higurashi were calming me down and healing my soul. Rena was just like a broken dummy now. She'd become a piece of junk. I am the owner of this land of junk. I defended from her intrusion. Now she was a resident of this junkyard. Well, not yet, basically. She's junk now. She made this place even more trashier, apparently. I didn't feel bad about killing her. In fact, I felt rather fulfilled I decided to defeat the evil woman who had deceived my father. I started breathing slowly and calmly, and I gained enough energy to analyze the situation. I had to hide her body. First, I had to get rid of her scooter. Oh my gosh, look! Oh, she brought a scooter! That was a scooter! Wow, not a motorbike? Oh my good gosh! Wow, golly gee willikers! This is not deja vu at all! I climbed the slope and kicked her scooter down the hill. I rode down the slope, making a loud noise, and blended in with all the junk as it stopped, like it was there from the beginning. I went back down the slope and started dragging her body to my hideout. It should have been taking as much effort dragging a 50-kilogram sandbag, but it felt lighter than that. Actually, thinking about it now, maybe to make it even more better, like, take the key from the scooter and also throw that away, like, actually, like, take that with you and throw it far away from, where, the scooter will be found. I guess to add more credibility to it. Maybe also license plate as well, actually speaking about it. Makes sense. Throw dirt on it and make sure, like, it's actually part of the junkyard and all that. Make sure everything, little details all gone, all like that. And if, you don't have anything to remove the license plate with, take some junk scrap and, like, unhinge it from the scooter itself, or literally, go to your house, grab some tools or anything like that, and literally just come back with it. Literally. But yes, take care of the body first. But just a sandbag, it brought disaster to my family. I didn't lure her here in order to kill her. Or did I? Maybe I just didn't notice that I had the intention deep down in my heart. I think it was more unconscious. Or at the very least, you're just gonna assume that's the way it is right now anyway. But sentimental, like, just the way how she was, like, yeah. I mean, how you, like, brought up to him, Rena-san, your dad, you're gonna be, busy with your friends, so, I don't think there was any way from, all up to him, inspired that way to, have, that little thing in your brain, unless you perfectly, like, you said this exact same line to her before, honestly, and then, she was like, I had with that little fucking brat, I'm going after her. And, yeah, then that would make sense. If that was, like, one of the first times you had the same lines, or, you did run away from her more times, so I guess, honestly, I can line up, so. But even so, I felt like this was the best, most expedient solution. There's no better solution than killing her. Actually thinking about it then, the police, like, Oishi and all that, thought, the reason why the mistress was killed was because they had a thought of she stole money from the Yakuza then. And that was why. Did Kasai actually make orchestrate that to happen to give a motivation to point it away from Reina? Honestly, then getting good. He's going higher in the list. He's higher in the list then. He's higher in the list. There was no better solution than killing her. How wasteful it depend on someone to help me, to wait for the day to come when they will. I remember the murder of Satoshi-kun's aunt that happened last year. Oh yeah, and what's gonna happen in the future apparently with Keiichi killing the uncle, which I guess is not like it's less justifiable there, but in this case technically she's trying to kill you, so I have more like whole things there. It's I guess it's one of those things. It's either I mean you wouldn't have any like well, I'm losing train of thought of like especially if like would you want to like would you like give more sympathy to the victim or the killer if you found the victim was planning to kill someone else? Or actually, no, was actually right in the middle of killing someone before they came up and killed them, honestly. Right. Yeah, no. So yeah, don't think that way. And I guess it's going to the whole thing again of I had this one thought again of why should you feel bad about someone who was literally about to like literally kill you, or they ruin your you or like someone like a loved one's life? Honestly, why would you feel like bad about it? Honestly, even if like you weren't the one who killed them, why would you feel bad about them being gone? Honestly, I heard there's sometimes where like some police like ask him opinions like so how do you feel they're dead, and they try to get that information out and they think that would be a motive and all that. But I'm pretty sure it'd be weird if like you lied and just said the opposite. So either way, it's kind of like it's kind of almost like no matter what you say, then it just be it kind of be pointless to even ask. Honestly, this get better and like I guess why like what they think and all that. Would they're lie be able to lie to police and all that? But it kind of feels like almost a pointless question to ask most of the time for me. Remember the murder of Satoshi-kun's aunt that happened last year? I had no doubt that Satoshi-kun murdered her, but I've never been as convinced as I am right this moment. How could he have saved Sadako-chan, other than by killing his own aunt last year, that time, in that circumstance? I won't be fully convinced of that, which even if he did, I wouldn't exactly be that feel that bad about honestly if that was the case was. But unless I could think of like I can't think of anything of like how that random guy who is not even a part of this whole entire town is explained away in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, and from the sound of him, it sounds like he's had nothing to do with that guy either, which I kind of figured. So that guy just came out of absolutely nowhere then. My situation was much the same as his, or as much as you could figure out anyway like that. How could I save my father other than by killing her? If I was planning a murder, I would have been under a lot of pressure and stress. But for better or for worse, the moment came to me out of nowhere. That's why I believe I solved my problem with as little trouble as possible. Now that she's gone, will anyone become suspicious about her disappearance? Maybe your dad. If if Rena actually told your dad that she was going to you, I'm pretty sure it'd be a bit suspicious, but if, like, she was literally planning to kill you right then and there, I'm pretty sure she did not tell your dad, actually, so, scratch the idea out, and she literally, clocked that in her head, so, no, you're completely fine. No one knows, honestly, no one knows. Even when the police asked around, no one knew, apparently. She was an irresponsible woman who skipped work at her own convenience. So I didn't think anybody would get suspicious when she disappeared one day. She's a big mess from the start. People think she went to hiding because she got into deep trouble with someone. I didn't need to fabricate an alibi. All I needed to do was get rid of her body. It took me a while to figure out how to do that last part. Hiding her body would be very risky. My brain had become so calm that it did some calculations and came up with an answer right away. Yes, this place is still the safest. This is a place forgotten. Nobody comes here. Nobody knows this place is here. I knew that because I've been spending a lot of time here. Compared to taking the risk of carrying your body to some other place, it was a lot safer to just hide it here. That wasn't perfect yet. Time to get some random scrap metal or some tree branches and just drape it over her body to hide even further. That's how you make it impossible to see. This place will remain a secret forever. I could hide it here for now, but I had to come up with a perfect way to make it completely disappear. And I guess maybe with her perfume, actually with the garbage everywhere, I'll probably mask, I guess, the rotting smell. But I guess maybe her perfume would actually make it more obvious. So if you just shove underneath a garbage pile and like move stuff on top of it, it will make a lot more, make it hard to spot, honestly. I'm like how I'm just giving goddamn get away with murder tips 101, honestly. My good god. My good god. It's a lot easier to think about than thinking about how to make Rina break up with my father. I stuffed her corpse into a broken refrigerator into a trash pile. I want to cover the refrigerator with the dirt and bury it. That was too easy. I had to chop up the corpse into pieces and make them completely disappear. Okay, we're gonna further that parallel even more then, apparently. We're gonna go completely with the very first murder. Okay then. I felt like it got dark all of a sudden. No, it didn't get dark all of a sudden. I just didn't realize it was getting dark until just then. I could hear thunder from a distance. It might rain soon. Oh, so whenever someone dies is when the rain comes in. That means every time it rains in this game, that means someone died the exact same night. It makes complete sense then. That means the first installment when Reina came and tried to, apologize to Keiichi and also in the same way threatened him to let her in. Someone else died the exact same night. The rain is also a premonition. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. No, it doesn't. I could use some rain. It washed Rena's dirty blood into the ground. I should go home. I should think about what I'd do tomorrow. I was gonna stay right beside my father until he forgets about her. Might be hurt at first, but we're gonna recapture happiness for sure. Our happy, peaceful life. My body was heavy with exhaustion, but I also felt fulfilled, because I took a very important step first day. I'll keep taking one step after another. I'm not gonna cry anymore. I'm not gonna cry until I win back my happiness. I'm not gonna cry again. That's where the chapter cuts off. I thought it was gonna cut off actually sooner when she got to the trash heap actually here. But okay then. Yeah, this is literally just seems like it's definitely literally just all for the third installments. Yeah, it's the whole third installments parallel, honestly. Including literally everything going downhill quicker, honestly. Even before the 6th chapter. It all lines up really well, honestly. I'm thinking about it now, actually. That means now that technically this whole town is now run amok with murderers in some, if you want to put it in less elegant terms, honestly. There is literally implied to be Mio Takano and then Keiichi apparently, or he believes so anyway. I think he actually did, but the body was moved afterwards, honestly. So it makes sense why if Reina figured that out, then she literally her and Mion asked to move the body. Then it makes sense, and then did all the whole thing. But then why? So then why did Coach then go try to put in the mental hospital? That's literally the only question that's on my mind, honestly, from the third installment. Then it makes sense. makes sense why the body was moved and all that. And I'm still no. Actually, that's one question I want to know. Actually, now, why was Oishi so goddamn like? Why was Oishi so hostile and aggressive to Keiichi on first meeting? And Keiichi had nothing to do with any of it so far before then. Why was he so aggressive then? I want to know that more than anything now. Oh my god, gosh. You don't need to get married, Dad. That's the first thing I said after I got home. My father looked stunned. He noticed a sad tone in my voice, and realizing I didn't agree with the idea of his remarriage, he looked down. I understand. I know you feel, Reina. I should have talked about it with you at first, and... The woman was lying to you about her pregnancy. Don't talk like that. Reina's son is... I'll tell you the truth. The woman and a guy called Tekken are a team of bad people. She went out with you only because she was trying to get our money. My father didn't get it right away, of course. He got upset instead because I called her that woman. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I guess it makes sense, honestly. If I remember seeing like more and more like in these kind of stories from the asshole character, the jerk. Like, their words are right, but the way how they go about saying it is the part that makes everyone like not want to listen to them. It's like sometimes a bit of sensitivity to the thing, even when you're trying to like, get someone to do something you want, even when you know it's the right thing. Some sensitivity is required, honestly. Like, yeah, I'm just remembering some like other characters, like being painted as the most asshole character ever, and even though they had both moments of being I guess more of a liar and I guess kind of manipulative, every time they had a good idea and they weren't being an asshole about it, immediately the whole cast immediately just decided to forget about what they said, even when they had a point. Even when they had a goddamn point, they immediately just try to forget about it. Which it's a bit weird. Ugh. I just put my 2 cents in that, and I should have chosen my words a little more carefully, but I think I told him the truth clearly enough. I told him everything I heard and saw at the coffee house. As I expected, he defended Rina anyway. I was upset, but at the same time, it made me certain that there was no other way than to kill her. I felt the pressure on my shoulders lessen for some reason. I think what other way there would be to get a situation besides, like, I guess this, if like, well, I mean, I guess if like well, barring the whole fact of if Rina did not come and like try to murder, like, Reina, I wonder what would be the best way actually to get her out of there, especially if really much like, Rina's actually experienced in all of this, like in many more ways, I guess with many other people, honestly. Like, it makes a lot of sense. It would be harder to do so, and like if there was no easy way or even some way to, I guess, make things happen that way and make her go away quickly or like, more peacefully, the only thing it can go is, I guess, more hostile methods. And I'm like, I wonder if Kasai actually would have helped if that happened. Maybe actually, like, ward her off because of more power, honestly. I think that's the only way I can think of, honestly, to make sure that didn't happen, honestly. But now I'm trying to think of, like, if there's another way of how to make sure the uncle did not, Teppei actually leave the town, honestly. They leave Sadako again. Like, how to get her out of there, because even by the very end of that story, even after like, I guess, like, like several days worth, even when we saw tips that the Child Protective Services, Lilium, knew the situation was dire, they knew that this was no joke this time, and they still didn't come. They still didn't come at the very end. And that was still when everyone thought he was still alive. That's actually the part, like, the body was moved, but then how was like, the uncle still alive through all of it? That's the other thing. I understand why the body is gone, but the fact he's still alive? And if, like, he was dead then, and, they wanted to, go and further the whole fact of him, I guess make sure Keiichi wasn't gonna be all that. That means Sadako technically lied, like, from the very beginning, but, why technically would she, honestly? I guess to that level. Why would she to that level? Especially, like, since, she ended the whole thing of, decided to be, like, Satoshi's alibi. And that was really just saying, like they stay in front. I will back you up. I'll have your back instead of everyone else in the entire town just like going on saying like, don't worry, Keiichi, don't worry, like behind his back, not even saying anything to him. We'll protect you and obviously and all of that. We'll protect you. But first gonna make you believe we're all insane though first, because there's doppelgangers afoot apparently. My gosh. I was upset, but at the same time, it made me certain that there was no other way than to kill her. I felt the pressure on my shoulders lessen for some reason. My father thought he needed my approval for his remarriage, so he held back his anger and put a fake smile on his face instead. Hey, Reina, let's sit down with a cup of tea and talk. I'm sure you understand once you hear me out. A tamed animal is still tamed, even if the owner is dead. Time to slowly de-brainwash, apparently. How do you go do that? I don't know the word. I don't know how you help deprogram someone. Well, I guess the little thing right now is I'm gonna literally just go cold turkey, apparently. Well, that's okay, though. Open the gate anyway. Even a tamed animal will notice one day that he's no longer in captivity. It's not something that I could teach him. He had to realize it on his own. I couldn't stand his fake smile anymore, so I left the living room. You didn't even drink the goddamn tea, made you? Golly. Time healed the pain from the divorce. Time heals any kind of pain. Just like how dripping water will eventually bore a hole through solid rock. I did what I could do. Now, I'd have to wait. But the day I was going to wait for came earlier than I expected. At midnight the following day, we had a visitor. It was that Tekken man. Teppei Hojo. Oh, well, it makes sense why he would come up here, but okay then. Teppei didn't even knock on the door to get in. He broke into the house by smashing the window. At first I thought he came here to ask about Rina's whereabouts, but I was wrong. The real reason why Teppei came here was because it was their plan. It was the last stage of their Badger game. Okay, they had the plan before this whole thing happened. It was literally the day of, so literally there was literally no time at all, honestly. If Kasai was not gonna have any time to get here, honestly. That whole analogy of time will heal everything. No! Time was not gonna heal anything right here. Time was not on your side. Time was never gonna be on your side. Apparently, yeah. Rina was probably supposed to be in bed with my father at that time tonight. Teppei must have wanted to showed up and catch them sleeping together. Teppei looked around the house, but you couldn't find Rina. He didn't change the plan, though. He got my father by his collar and started yelling threats. He showed my father a certificate of marriage to Rina and shouted at him saying, "You my wife pregnant, how are you gonna take that responsibility, huh?" My father had no idea she was married. He looked shocked. My father's a short guy who has a faint of heart. He just let Teppei do and say whatever he wanted from beginning to end. I looked at him for a distance coldly. The more Teppei yelled and threatened my father, the faster you wake up from his bad dream. Honestly, that's, I guess, the only thing you can say from here. Like, yeah, honestly, that's actually kind of speeds of the process a tiny bit. Disillusioned and all that before anything more horrible happens. And since Rina's not here, the only thing you can say is, just the whole thing of, instead of, the proof of her being here, honestly, just, I guess, speculation of they're going out, and that's it. Nothing else. This would be enough to shake him up, though, but nothing concrete, I guess, to fully solve, but that's the only thing I can't think of. And since Teppei's here for the plan, and Rina's not here, he'll just shake him up and leave and wait for to contact Rina again, honestly. Yeah. This was medicine for him. A cold, hard medicine, apparently. A goddamn fucking lost and stuck in your goddamn throat, apparently. The most bitter medicine. Teppei was cutting out a cancer that was going to depend on time to do, and he was doing a great job of it. That's forcible surgery, then. I waited to help my father until I was sure that he had finally awakened from his bad dream. I told Teppei that I had something very important to tell him and took him outside. So, what do you want? Has Rina-san come back to Okonomiya since yesterday? As a matter of fact, she's hiding somewhere. What? I don't get it. Rina-san told me to take you to her when you came to my house. Huh? The fuck is Ritsuko thinking? Teppei followed me without hesitation. Wait, he's dead too, actually? Well, we never actually saw his goddamn sprites, honestly, so was that actually someone else? That means someone, if like, literally Teppei died by the end of this, and if Teppei died, or like, if Tepe died, actually, and knows that Rina's dead and he doesn't die here. If, hon, no, my brain is muddled up now. My brain is fucking muddled up now. Okay, if, literally, okay, no, hon, okay, let me simplify my brain right now. Let me just throw out everything else right now. Okay, if Tepe dies right here, or not right now, he dies right before even showing up to the town, that means someone was literally pretending to be Sadako's uncle, literally the lead credence, then what the fuck? What the fuck? Holy fucking shit! How'd they even get a look-alike then? Oh my good god. The same voice and everything. How? If he was dead this whole time, how? How? Tepe followed me without hesitation. We walked in the dark with a flashlight to the place where nobody comes, and nobody can hear us. The place forgotten. Make it sound like I'm, he asked me many things in the way, but I couldn't answer any of them. I just told him to ask Rina. The way he said it seemed to make him think that Rina was gonna betray him and get married to my father for real. Even though he was breathing heavily in a rage, he walked right behind me without any suspicions. I knew this day was gonna come very soon, so I was well prepared for it. So, I got my little, I got a little knife, I got my little baseball bat, I can go double team him. We reached the place where I originally planned to bring him, but I turned out the flashlight all of a sudden. Oh, what's going on? Everyone gets nervous when the only light in the dark goes off. But this is my territory now. I didn't need any light. I could feel my surroundings even better with my eyes closed. I got the big hatchet I hid in a bush, and lifted it up high. I'm sorry, I guess the battery went out. Hold on a second. Okay, hurry it up. I purposely sounded weak and helpless when I raised the hatchet into the air. Oh, no, I got a lighter. I'll just fire this baby up. He found a lighter in his pocket and lit it up. Hi! He probably couldn't stand the sight illuminated by that small light. He saw a girl lifting up a big hatchet right in front of him. Hi! You want to go to a butcher shop? Tepe's eyes went wide. He didn't understand what was going on, but he understood that his life was in danger. And yet, he must not have been able to think fast enough to deal with it, even though he understood what he should do. Wait, no. Wait. Never mind, scratch the idea. This is not paralleling the third chapter, is it? This is paralleling the first chapter, is it? I got it right, actually. And if, like, that whole thing makes sense, if that makes sense, and if there's no doppelganger situation, then, so technically what happened here, then, is, this, like, it's obvious, like, how, the story, like, puts up everyone who, like, I guess kills someone. They'll put him as a deranged lunatic by the very end, next, so right further on. I feel like that's what, like, literally what's happened in the first installment. Especially with the way of how Reina keeps mentioning a bad person's presence comes to sour the mood, and like comes to ruin everything. And if she had like literally killed 2 people, then she'd be more desensitized to actually doing it more. And then the whole hatchet thing in the first installment makes more sense, honestly, and why both Mion and Reina all make sense together. Honestly, they wanted to like. They were trying to get some way of, like, Keiichi to get back on their side a bit, but then when that failed, honestly, yeah. Yeah. It could go either way, honestly, but if the body, I'm going further now, this is a installment 1 parallel, honestly. Like, even if we're not going to understand the whole thing about the director and the doctor, I think it makes sense. And yet, he must not have been able to think fast enough to deal with it, even though he understood what he should do. If he could think fast enough and blocked his hand with his head with his arms, it wouldn't have meant anything. I knew Tepe would come to my house eventually. That's why I prepared for that day. I just didn't think that preparation was going to bear fruit tonight. Learn from tricks from Sadako and make traps. Home Alone style, this whole junkyard, apparently. I chose my weapon very carefully. I planned when, where, and how I was going to attack him. And so, there can only be one result. Fresh crimson. The hatchet cut deeply into his forehead. I felt indescribable vibration through the hatchet when it hit him. This told me that I broke his skull. He bragged about how good he was at fighting the coffee house, but he sure went down quickly when faced with a murderous weapon. Well, he was kind of a surprise attack, so we guess we can't know for sure, technically speaking. He was done in by a single blow. People's bodies are fragile if you hit them just right. Tepe slowly fell to his side with a hatchet in his forehead. He looked like a victim in a B movie. Oh, you watch horror movies. I killed this big guy with just one hatchet. He was probably quite experienced in the world of violence. But I was better than him when it came to killing. Why? Because I killed someone before. Yeah, I figured that's where the story was going, honestly. It's all done now. The bad people who deceived my father and tried to rob him blind are all gone. I did what I had to do in order to protect my life. If I had this much courage and determination when my mom told me about the divorce, I might have killed Akihito. If I did, I would have taken the life of only one. Because I couldn't do it back then, I've had to kill 2 people in the last 2 days. Reina, let's finish it up. There's already a place to hide his body. I took care of everything. My hands were wet, so I shouldn't have flashlighted them. I thought it was blood, but it was just sweat. Even so, I still felt uncomfortable. I shouldn't have flashlighted my hands several times. I did all of this in order to be happy. This sweat is the proof that I'm happy now. They do say to work hard to be happy, okay. I did all of this, so I should be happy now. I tried so hard that I got blood on my hands. I want to get credit for that from him. Yoshiro-sama. Let me ask you a question. I can finally rewind the time back to the day everything started to go wrong, can't I? I'm going to stay in Hinamizawa. I'm going to live happily with my father forever. That is still amazing, like, wide shot for the whole town, honestly. Even still, night to day. Oh, hi, Keiichi. How was your, spectacular morning, honestly? Hope you had a good night's sleep, honestly. It's rare to see Reina sleep in class. She isn't the kind of girl who sleeps in class because of staying up so late. She'd be tired from doing housework or something. Everybody seemed to be thinking the same thing. And we tried to wake her up, not even Chi-sensei. Oh, that's a reputation right there. She got up for a few seconds and went back to sleep. She swayed back and forth like she was rowing a boat. But she's in class, so I should wake her up, right? I was about to wake her up, but before my hand touched her, Mion gave me a sign not to. Let her sleep. She must be really tired today. Oh, yeah, you're right. I heard a few days ago that Reina lives with her father. She studies during the day, plays a lot after school, and does things around the house to that. I didn't know that. I also didn't know that her mother had divorced her father. Mian told me that, and she also told me not to talk about it because Reina is still hurt by the divorce. I didn't even notice that she's been through such a tough time. It's kind of the same thing with, like, sometimes with some people with depression, honestly. They'll do everything in their power to make sure not to, get anyone to realize they're in a horrible state of mind. Mina's the kind of girl who doesn't show her pain to others. She always looks happy and cheerful, but she might be acting that way on purpose. Reina told me that happy days will one day come to an end. She told me she knew that firsthand. What could she have been through? I had no idea. That's probably why she tried to spend as much time as peacefully and cheerfully as she could. I must have hurt her feelings when I said I was bored of having happy days. When I thought about it, I felt bad for living up my parents, who are both healthy and happy. For that matter, Sadako and Rika-chan lost their parents too when I think about it. Mia lives with her grandmother away from her parents because she needs to learn to be the head of the Sonozaki family in the future. When I realized that, I felt bad about my situation. You don't have to feel bad about living with your parents. She seemed to read my mind. She said with such a cool expression in her face. Yeah, like, literally, okay, so they're dressed in the Hell Fatima. Lily Hull says before them, Keiichi's the most normal person here. The most normal person now, and they're dressing that fact here now, too. Mia seemed to read my mind. She said with such a cool expression in her face. A family is the most common community for kids like us to live in. But it's not the only community we have. Yeah, found family stuff. That's why I'm, it's actually, the found family approach is actually, the reason why it's such a big trope in, queer circles. If your family isn't there as well. Your family's not there for you, then, have some friends or, like, someone, like, around to, be your newfound family, then, basically. You mean friends? You're right. Do you think we're as good as family to Reina, then? Reina does the cleaning, laundry, cooking, and shopping, so she must be tired every day. She can spend her afternoon taking naps. But she doesn't do that. She spends her afternoons playing with us. That means... how should I put it? That means we're her best friends. So you're saying we're friends with as much value as family to her? You look stunned. So you didn't understand what I was talking about. I don't know. Didn't know what friends meant for you until today. But I believe friends are just as important and valuable as family. It's actually very easy to understand. Rika-chan joined our conversation. Finally, we haven't seen you or Sadaka this whole time. It's been a while. It's been goddamn a while. I'm also just realizing the only time I technically misspoken your name, Rika, actually was when I was actually misreferring to Reina. It doesn't count that I missaid your name, honestly. It doesn't count I misread your name, honestly. It doesn't. It doesn't. The important thing is to have people around whom you can feel comfortable. Sometimes you call them family, or sometimes you call them friends. Just a matter of the word you use. Are friends the same as family to you, Rika-chan? Yes, they are. I believe they are to Sadako, me, and Reina, too. I guess that's why we always try to stay together. Do you ever feel lonely when you're with friends? They're my family, so I'm not lonely. Mia nodded in agreement. Sadako was talking with the other classmates, but I'm sure she would nod as well. Reina would too. I'm a little embarrassed. Why? I've been using the word friends, but I don't think I understood its true meaning until today. Friends are more important and irreplaceable than I thought they were. This is literally the power of friendship dynamic trope here, which I love, okay? Just so I don't write it wrong, and then we'll be all fine. We'll be all Gucci then. I can't believe I fucking say that word. Ironically now, it's my goddamn vocabulary now. God fucking damn it. That's like common sense. So you should take this opportunity to remember that. Yeah. I will, actually. I also recommend that you don't say that again. Okay, I won't say that other word again, okay? Kei-chan, you did something very embarrassing, you know? For all that, Mian still made fun of me. I think I understand a little better why Reina was always so serious about having fun. I want to be her best friend, and I want to do my best to be deserving of her effort. Reina snored. Sounded cute. Chi-sensei let her sleep in class, but she couldn't let her get away with snoring. Class president, wake her up, please. No snoring allowed in any way. And it was like softest snore. If it was the loudest snore ever, then immediately shake up, wake up, you air horn, beep. Reina, get up. Aw. Reina was still fast asleep and made a strange noise. Everybody in the class laughed. Reina noticed they were laughing at her, woke up right away, and acted like she wasn't sleeping at all. I'm completely fine. It looked really funny, and I burst into a fit of laughter. Outside the window, the sky was blue. The clouds were pure white. It was still June, but it looked like the middle of summer. This perfect weather wouldn't last forever. It could get cloudy and rain all of a sudden. That's why we had to play and raise a ruckus while we still had this perfect weather. The cries of the cicadas sound as if they're laughing at us because we still have some classes left. Damn it, I can't wait for school to finish. Keiichi-kun, you look very happy. Did something special happen today? No, nothing. Today is today. Tomorrow's tomorrow, right? Yeah. I'm just happy that we have perfect weather today. I don't care about the weather tomorrow. I want to enjoy today as much as I can. When the weather changes, I don't want to regret that I didn't. I learned that from Reina. I learned that peaceful days are the happiest days you can have, and that they're irreplaceable. So, Mion, what are we going to do today for the club activities? We need something very exciting for the punishment, too. What game is it? That's the spirit I like, Kei-chan. Letter alphabet. Because you insist, I'll put you through a living hell. Get the goddamn costume for the demons and the pitchforks, honestly. Keiichi-kun, don't provoke her too much. Hey, are you scared, Reina? I knew you're better than that. Let's show her our true power again. Remember, we haven't brought an end to her last battle. Oh, wait, the dessert contest? I thought you already finished that, though. I grinned at her, and she grinned back. I do remember that. Okay, let's do it then. Reina-san, you suddenly got me last time. For that, I must pay you back with interest. This is going to be very interesting. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait for school to finish. I couldn't wait either, but the time we spent just talking together is also very precious. Yeah, it would be nice if school ended soon. I was actually wondering if what the game they were going to bring up is actually be one we actually already seen before. My favorite wine, wowee! Wine is almost just as metallic and acidic as blood, apparently. Oh my gosh, oh boy. Okay then. Oh look, it's Sadako and Rika's house. Sadako went to join the children playing in the schoolyard. Yeah, we're definitely going back and forth between them. Nope, never mind. Nope, okay. Actually, like, well, hold on. So, okay. So, it's literally... Okay. Huh. I just remembered now. I actually forgot about the fact we been getting tips about them. Now my mind is going a different direction now, honestly, just because of that. We're getting this distinction between the two of them, honestly. Is a certain person gonna come tomorrow? The next day, honestly. No, wait, no. Obviously, we're gonna have, like, a whole conversation about Kasai. Because, like, you know, Reina, like, brought it up to Mion, and they're gonna have a conversation at some point, or they literally just gotta skip over, honestly, because she doesn't bring it up at all, but they'd address it at some point, honestly. But if, like, all the tips here all go to that, then is this actually the third installment? Is this actually? Sadako wanted to join the children playing in the schoolyard. Since I didn't feel like going, I decided to stay at home. No, I think this is Rika's point of view. Most likely, she wouldn't be back until the evening. When Sadako wasn't around, I had ways of spending time without her. Since that was what I was wanting to do anyway. Stuck my hand deep inside the pile of winter futons in the closet and pulled one out. Next, I filled a stylish-looking glass with ice. Ice being the freezer smelled of chlorine, though didn't taste good. You'd probably scrub that out then. Store-bought ice would be the best, but since Sadako kept asking me what I was using it for, I stopped buying it. But it might be worth spending time to think about a good excuse for that if it meant I would be able to enjoy ice without ever again spilling the chlorine. I filled the glass with mineral water, then poured a little bit of another liquid into the glass. Or you can, like, actually think about it, you could just get ice trays, honestly, if like, you're gonna put the ice, like, a store-bought ice in there anyway. Like, that can work, too. Watching the color mix into the transparent water was a very pleasant thing. This wasn't the right way to drink it, but I liked it that way. Didn't want to hear any complaints. My body's very inconvenient, as I can only get drunk with only a tiny amount. That's why I dilute that small amount with a full glass of water. Wait, did I skip over the fact you're actually slowly drinking? Did I skip over that when talking about goddamn ice trays and ice cubes? Oh my good god, actually, were you? Oh my god, that's why. Oh my good god. And next to that, I could enjoy a single bottle for a long time. It wasn't bad if you thought about it like that. Oh, that makes sense. Oh my good gosh, I can predict all my friends and maybe even me are gonna die in the future. I gotta get drunk after all this. I know I'm too young for this, but I have a lot of things in my mind. Oh my good god. I put a cushion in my favorite spot by the window, and with the glass in one hand, I enjoyed the familiar view, the soft wind brushing through my hair. A slightly sweet, ripened aroma tickled my nose. Just when I was about to start enjoying this atmosphere, the annoying one came back. Okay. She didn't like this bad habit of mine. She complained every time I tilted the glass. She started nagging me noisily. Well, I mean, if her aunt and uncle, like, are alcoholics, I'm pretty sure she has some sort of aversion to alcohol. Which yeah, that's also relatable, so. Shut up. Be a little more tolerant. I can drink and eat whatever I want. You can't. Kids are supposed to drink alcohol. I tried to ignore her, but she started making a fuss and trying to ruin the atmosphere on purpose. There's no way I can enjoy getting drunk like this. I glared at her and threw the drink out the window. Man, I don't want to clean up the glass, though. You want to know why I'm depressed? I'm depressed because the way I die has been decided. It seemed like she finally understood why I wanted to drown myself in alcohol. Okay, you're basically saying that all right now. Okay. Wowie. You don't have to feel down. I get to die instantly, so it's not that scary. My body will be burned and cut into pieces, but I'll be able to die instantly. But not yet. I know. Not yet. When am I gonna die again? I think it's the night of the 25th of June. It's about a week after the Higurashi festival. Well, that sounds reasonable. Is it my fault? Of course it is. Are you serious? She was the one who asked me, yet she cried when I told her she was right. She's always so annoying. Let's keep trying. I'm sure I'll get 6 in a row in the next board game. June 25th. I still had 10 more days. I was gonna relax and enjoy those 10 days. I still had some wine left, too. Yep, okay, that's definitely not ominous at all. Okay, not ominous at all. I'm trying to remember, if it's not spoilery, what day... Did we learn what day the 3rd installment ended on? I just kind of want to know. For no particular reason. I just want to know. And, like, Sadako's birthday was the 24th, right? It's the day afterwards, honestly, so... The 25th, like... Wait, a week after? They said a week after the Wanted Nagashi? Wait, June 18th? Wait, now I get confused. Like, okay, then maybe there's a reason why the author decided to put so many blank spots from a certain ages, because now my brain's getting confused with timings and all that. My god, gosh, I'm getting so confused now. Honestly, what the heck is happening? Well, what did happen? That was June 15th from 10 days left, so that makes a lot of sense then. Okay, so right at this point, we're at this threshold actually right now, where like Kasai has to be like brought up at least one point, even passingly. If like Reina just like says I just like like skipped over his conversation entirely, or she like decides to actually talk about what happened and do all of that. But at this point, like it feels like she wouldn't do that, like the same way how Keiichi did, just leave the bodies there into the junkyard to rot. So yeah, unless she tells Kasai, that actually explains why Rina's body was found dead in like in a sewer outside Nokonomiya. That doesn't explain exactly the uncle though, unless well, if the uncle was like not around too much, honestly, would that instance about all the abuse Sadako got, does that mean like she would forget what he looked like, what he sounded like, because he wasn't even around that too often anyway? Everything happened with the aunt, she would try to forget anything like that. I'm trying to think of like this, if like if this is the 3rd installment, then this all makes sense by the end. But if like even if that like that uncle was if that uncle was killed from Keiichi because of all the whole bad thing of that means like even if like the person was it was one of those people that he hanged around with, that person stole their identity just to go to Sadako's house, like live off all that. Like if like the whole like stealing money from the Yakuza thing is actually true, they are the ones that technically stole the money and decide to live as like with Sadako. But no, that wouldn't make sense, because why would then the coach would definitely recognize him then, right? Unless they never had a presence during the whole entire town. But like, why did everyone then just tolerate them if they were a complete stranger then? What is going on? What is going on? That certainly leaves a lot of room, like, food for thought. But we're not going to figure out anything more just from me just sitting here in the guide and tip screen, just rambling on about different theories. I laid out my cards and possibly what's happening then. And I guess it's time to wait for the game to show its own handoff, and it's this roundabout blackjack game. So I guess we'll find out more of what is hiding up its goddamn sleeve for next time. So, have a fun time watching as I am playing this. Hope to see you next time, what time that may be. And I hope you fantastic day.